Teenagers killed in a road crash on Christmas Day. Two of them are brother and sister. The accident happened on the A47 at Tilney All Saints near Kings Lynn in West Norfolk. Natalie Gray has this report.
This is the spot where three teenagers so cruelly lost their lives on Christmas Day night. The three dead youngsters were 18-year-old student mechanic Will Cherry and his younger sister Stephanie, who was 17, and a student hairdresser. Both lived at Walpole Highway near Wisbech. The car driver, 18-year-old Ashley Hinkins from Kings Lynn, also died. He'd been working for a local building firm after completing a carpentry course.
It's an absolutely dreadful incident at any time, and particularly at Christmas time. And our thoughts and best wishes are obviously with the family and the friends of all those people involved.
This is a tiny community of just 600 residents. The deaths of the young brother and sister who lived here has hit people really hard.
Terrible, terrible for the parents, terrible for the whole family. Very sad.
Well, what can I say really? I mean, Christmas is supposed to be a happy time of the year, and it's so sad, it really is.
All three victims were travelling towards Wisbech on the A47 when their Renault 19 was in collision with a Volkswagen Passat travelling towards Kings Lynn. 4 people, a man, a woman, a baby and a 15-year-old boy travelling in the Passat, were taken to hospital. Only the woman suffered serious injuries. In a sad twist, it emerged tonight that Will Cherry had only just recovered from a life-saving operation to remove a tumour from his nose. Tonight, the parents of Will and Stephanie said, "We don't feel like we've lost 2 kids, we feel we have lost 3. We feel a big, vast void without all of them." Natalie Gray, Anglia News, Tilney All Saints in Norfolk.
The after effects of the blaze at the Buncefield oil depot in Hemel Hempstead are still being felt 2.5 weeks on. Many petrol stations in Bedfordshire, Hertfordshire and Buckinghamshire have closed or are running low on supplies. Charlotte Fisher reports.
Out of fuel and out of action. Petrol stations forced to close as they run out of diesel and unleaded. The fire at Buncefield in Hemel Hempstead, Britain's 5th largest oil depot, is causing temporary shortages across the region.
There are 2 factors causing the problem. One is that surge in demand in the week before Christmas, highest demand since August for petrol and diesel. And of course, just 2 weeks before Christmas, we had the fire at Buncefield. So you put those 2 things together and normal deliveries to forecourts were not taking place. They now are, but unfortunately, meanwhile, some forecourts have run out.
BP, like the other major oil companies, say there is no shortage of fuel. This is simply a logistical problem because they're having to transport the fuel from depots further away in London, Northampton and Birmingham. Until the explosion on December the 11th, Buncefield supplied around 1/3 of the diesel and oil in the southeast. Now at this garage in Dunstable, they say they're only getting around 1/4 of the number of deliveries they were before the fire. This garage in Luton is out of petrol and diesel. And this petrol station in Buckinghamshire has had no fuel since Christmas Day. Some oil companies are more badly affected than others. Some had their tankers destroyed or damaged by the fire. But there are plenty of garages that still have petrol and diesel, and experts say there's no need to panic buy. The situation should improve by the end of the week. Charlotte Fisher, Anglia News.
The first IKEA store has opened in our region. It's in Milton Keynes. Graham Dunbar